I'm Brooke Robertson. I'm a senior studying environmental science and health with a minor in dance. So I got interested in environmentalism and sustainability from a really young age, actually. So my dad worked in the solar energy industry, but he unfortunately died when I was 7. Him instilling that environmental, care for the earth and environmentalism definitely stuck with me. And when I was in high school, I started getting engaged in more climate activism. So I was wanting to take what I had learned from my dad and carry on his legacy and the good work that he did before he passed. Initially started at USC in environmental engineering, but when I got into the program, it became a little bit more clear to me that it just didn't feel like my work. I wanted to find a program that was more aligned with actually looking at the natural world and the intersection of how to help both people and the planet. The decision-making for sustainable action course I took with Dr. Joe Arvai. That class was so fascinating. I learned so much and even got the opportunity to travel to Switzerland. It wasn't until I was really in a different country, experiencing it firsthand and talking to sustainability leaders there, that I was like, wow, things can really be different. Something that my dad and sister and I used to do when we were young was he would take us on camping trips to Catalina Island, and I hadn't been back to Catalina since he died. In my first semester in the ENS department, I had the opportunity to go on one of the cohort trips to the Wrigley campus, and that experience, not only meeting the other ENS people, but returning to a place that had such deep meaning for me as a child, was really special. I started Fungi Fix, which is my startup company, with a couple engineering friends in my sophomore year. And the idea behind Fungi Fix is that we are cleaning soil using fungi. Using species like oyster mushrooms, we can clean contaminants like petroleum hydrocarbons, heavy metals like lead, and tons of other contaminants. What Fungi Fix then does is we'll come back onto the site after the mushrooms have fruited, and we'll harvest them and transform them into materials for the circular economy. The why behind everything that I'm doing with Fungi Fix and my work in other classes and ends, just my work in general, wanting to carry on my dad's legacy, wanting to help people that are impacted by industrial pollution, wildfires, all of the things that have been and will continue to be exacerbated by climate change. And yeah, really promoting hope and restoration, a hopeful future where things can actually be restored.